My whole world was taken away from me. He was my everything.
Time pretty much stopped.
A mother and father robbed of their only child.
We poured love into our son for 17 and a half years, and 200 messages in under 24 hours, they took his life.
Tim and Tamia Wood's son, James, took his own life after becoming a victim of financial sextortion. It's a frightening scenario. Predators aggressively target children online and manipulate them into sending explicit content. Then they threaten to expose the victims publicly unless they pay up. In James's case, the blackmailer asked for thousands of dollars, money James didn't have.
How evil do you have to be to go after kids, like kids who can't protect themselves?
This type of extortion is happening at alarming rates across the country. In 2023, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received more than 26,000 reports of financial sextortion. That's more than double 2022. But in this new era of artificial intelligence, a child does not have to send an explicit photo to become a victim.
We examine how social media plays a role and explain what parents can do to protect their children. A seemingly innocent post could make your child a target.
Bad actors that have these new tools in the toolbox to make our collective efforts much more difficult.
First, the FBI warns predators find kids through social media and the online games they play.
Whether it's a kid playing Madden or Roblox or Minecraft or what have you, it gives you the tools to allow it to be wide open so they can talk to anybody and be solicited for sextortion from some person from across the world.
Special Agent William Lee Hasty says the con artist gather identifiable information through what seems like small talk.
Next thing you know, this person has the real identity of this kid, probably know where they go to school.
Armed with the info, criminals will then find pictures of the child online and use AI to manipulate them into pornography. And if the victim doesn't pay up, the threats of sharing with friends and family begin.
And at that point, the kid's often too embarrassed to do anything. So they pay whatever they're supposed to pay.
Hasty says kids will often pay whatever they can scrape together in hopes of resolving the situation on their own. But he says you should never pay because predators may continue to blackmail you even after that first transaction.
There's been a lot of victims of this.
So how can you protect your kids? Duke professor Lee Tiedrick helps craft policies around the use of AI at the global level. Her warning to parents: anyone can take any picture online and do anything with it. She says the legal landscape at the federal level isn't coming close to what's needed to clamp down on the problem.
There are not a lot of laws on the books today that target sexually explicit deepfake material.
But in the absence of federal action, Tiedrick says states have to step up and create laws that target criminals using AI for extortion. She says perhaps the most direct solution comes to the front lines of how predators get the materials they work with, the original post.
When it comes to posting personal images about me or about family members, I don't do it.
But if you do post, Tiedrick recommends locking down profile privacy settings or only sharing images in direct messages or through text. And while hundreds of images are already circulating online, the FBI says it's working with private tech companies and AI software like facial recognition to track down predators.
Even though the subjects can use those kinds of photos for bad activities, we can also use them to help protect the children.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children recommends parents start conversations about online safety as early as possible.
Talk to them about ways an image can spread online and how many platforms allow direct messages, even if you aren't connected as friends. Parents should also be careful when using language like strangers, because when online gaming, children might consider the online user to be a friend. Instead, talk about healthy relationships that include boundaries and how to handle rejection.
The center says kids need to know they can trust you. So it's okay to be honest with them that even if you might get upset, your main goal as their parent is to protect and help them. A conversation Tamia Woods wished she could have had with her son.
I need our kids to talk to us. Like, no matter how humiliating, no matter how embarrassing you may think it is, like, I need you to talk. If you don't do it for anybody else, you gotta do it for James.
And there's always help. You can get free and confidential support from a professional for yourself or a loved one by calling 988. And if someone you know is being sextorted, block the profile and report it to the platform, but do not delete your account or messages with them. That could help the investigation. To learn more about what's being done to help protect children from sextortion, head to investigatetv.com and search Teens Targeted.